How to repair an AER compact mobile 2 amp. My amp started blowing fuses and was basically a goner. Obviously I could send the amp off for repair, but it would cost hundreds of pounds, so I investigated the options. I started with YouTube. From there, videos pointed me in the direction of getting new batteries and fuses on eBay and how to change these, which I did. I'll put that link below for the other video. All was good for 2 weeks, then they started blowing again. I emailed Valentine at AER and he sent a photo of the culprit located on the circuit board. He said, cut a couple of wires and stick in the replacement part. I thought, okay, how difficult is that? It'd be worth having a go myself. So I ordered the parts and tried. As it happens, is successful. This is definitely the cure to this common problem in AER amps if the fuse keeps blowing. Obviously I filmed myself and the steps and problems I encountered on the way. It's a basic video. I'm not trying to create a channel, just helping out another AER owner to solve this problem. Cool. So here we go. Mobile AER. It's a great amp. It's a battery, has battery power as well as electric, and I think this is what causes the problems. So as far as I can see, it's quite common for these amps to reach a stage where they just start blowing fuses. So that's what's happened here. And I've seen a few AER YouTube videos up, which have been really useful, but take you through changing the fuses, taking this part out, and then you access the batteries actually in there, which I've done, and I got new batteries as well. So there's videos that show you all of that, undoing all of these, etc. So you may as well just watch those. So I thought I'd do this because I replaced the batteries, everything was fine. I was running it was running perfectly okay, and then just when you need it, a fuse goes. So I changed the fuse, pop in another fuse, it blows. So I then thought, okay, having been in touch with AER, they said, okay, this is the culprit, this thing. Okay, so if so I'm going to try and change this. Now, it was very hard to find this part. I got it from these guys. As you can see, it was about, how much did it cost me? Okay, 42 euros in the end. But those guys, Henri Electronic in Germany. So we'll just take note of the website address. And then to find this part on that website address wasn't easy. So if you can type in, what did I typed in, that. Okay, so there's the part, just the name, but you needed all of it because they got so many parts. So on the top line there, so this whole thing here. Anyway, so then I found the part, and it's a little bit big. Here it is. It's a little bit bigger than this one, as you can see, but I've checked, it will fit in. So there, yeah, it's quite a bit bigger, but it's still got to fit inside the casing. And the guy at AER just said, cut these wires and these wires, then attach those wires that come with this. Yeah, just attach those wires, and that should work. Okay, so that's what I'm going to do, and well, let's see. So I think the main part is actually finding the part, hopefully, if this works, which is what I'll tell you. So I'll probably make this very useful video of what doesn't work, but hopefully not. So first thing, yes, I undid all the screws on the back, slid this out, slid that rear interface out, and here we are, and you can see we've got, it's a nut. Okay, so unfortunately I've only got one hand to hold the camera, but I'm going to go in there when I'm not recording this, and I'm just going to undo that. Okay, all right. Okay, so I started undoing that with a pinch nose pair of pliers, but nothing was happening. Everything was just spinning around. So I realized, okay, I'm going to have to hold that with some pliers, but at the same time, that is this. So luckily I've got a set of these. So these are very useful with this amp, because all of these other things, you know, it wasn't just standard, these holes to get it off, just wasn't standard screws, and lots of Allen key things. So yep, so I'm going to be sticking that in there, obviously holding the pliers on the other side and getting that off. Okay, there you go, I've got them out. Those are the two, and you can see, so it's out of there. Now the next thing I noticed is, okay, this doesn't lift off. I'm trying to lift this. You know, that's glued on. Okay, so I suppose, so these parts don't all vibrate and things like that. That's been stuck in there. So I'm going to try, I'll tell you how I do it in a minute. So next step is get that off, and I guess get some glue to replace it. Okay, so I'm going to get some glue and stick some knife under there and get that off. All right, the next tip, as you can see, I got it off. There's two little blobs. Okay, I'm going to be cutting those wires in a second, but I just wanted to point out, watch out, so because as I pulled it up, there's the bit of glue. You see that's kind of that's sneaked off all of that other part. So it might have been to try and cut through it. Here, if you could just cut through it with a knife before you've really started forcing this bit up with that knife. Okay, so I just got that underneath and twisted it, and it came off. But if I just cut it, maybe just sawed it here first, that wouldn't have pulled that off. So I'm going to probably, I'm going to try and cut that off and replace all of that and put a little bit of glue just underneath. Okay, that's the next step. So then I'm going to get the pliers and literally just cut the wires, you know, about not too close, you know, halfway along. I'm going to just cut that and that and that and that, and I'm going to mark, I think I might going to mark which wire is which, because could get a bit confused since this is black and that's black. It'll be this end I get confused with which one's which. So I'm going to mark those off in a little system. I'll show you in a minute. Okay, next cut, I've just got myself some electrical tape, white. I've just got 4 pieces, and that's the glue I'm going to use. Okay, so just to repeat, I'm going to put some tape on here, tape on the same one and on the other one, so when I cut it I know which ones go back together, and I'm going to use that glue to position it in place once that's done. Okay, but as I said before, I'm holding the camera and can't do that, so there we go. So now I've got my color coding on, so that's on this one, of course, and a white one on the one that's going to cut. So those two going to go together, and of course there's that one and this one on the top. Remembering it bolts in with that, so I'm just, so it's going to be that way round. Okay, I've as you can see now, I've put in that glue. That's me fresh. Just put it in with my tube. Just drop that in there. So that's wet. I've got a few minutes to work, and then you can see I've prepped these wires. Yeah, I've just cut them so there's some naked wire showing. I mean, I'm an amateur, by the way. I mean, I just did that with a kitchen knife, but I mean, if you got all the right gear, that's great. So I'm going to get this thing in place quickly, and then finally put the wires together. Okay, I've just stopped at this place. So you see I've done two of the wires. I would have just twisted them around and put some electric tape to join the wires, but as I had a couple of these things in the van, I've been messing around on the electrics on the van. I'm not an electrical engineer in any way. I'm actually a musician, trying to run my own small little record label, Horizontal Records. So, but anyway, so I've been using these. Okay, I've got to, as you can see, I've just got to finish off the next two, and then we'll turn it on and see what happens. Okay, I came up with a major problem. That's actually the unit was too wide, and the wires coming out the end meant that I couldn't actually put the whole unit back into the box because there was this lip here. As you can see, it goes in about, half an inch. So, but I seem to have managed to get round it quite easily. Thank God. I was going to somehow put a little bracket in here and move it half an inch up there, but I've twisted it round on that angle, flatten this, and then I can actually get it on. It does actually just fit on. Okay, and whilst I'm here, because I'm going to just do it up and hopefully it'll all work. Those are the screws to put it all back together. I'm just looking at the tools I had. There's the old part. Yeah, I needed one of these because there's various different screws. As you can see, the screws, well, if you've got one of these, you'll know, it's just nothing normal. I had some tape, pliers, actually a bit of scissors, the rest of that screwdriver, and the glue. And actually that's all I needed. And a bit of go for it. And I'll show you the last clip. Hopefully it's working. Hopefully. Okay, next little cut on the video. That I've just pulled it out. That pulls out. There's actually room for 2 fuses in there. I'll see if I can just push it out with the knife from behind. I've only got 1 at the moment, but I'll put 2 in. One's a spare. Can you see it? There we go. See it's coming out? There. Okay. I'm not very good at this. There you go. There's fuse. So that one, so your spare, that goes in there, in that first, and then there's a little compartment just behind it for a spare, and then you just push it in. Okay, moment of truth. I haven't put it all back, or haven't screwed it all back up because I don't want to take the off again. Yeah. So I'll do that when I've tested it. So just turning it on. So okay, so we've got power. Let me switch around there to the front. Yeah, so there's the batteries, my new batteries, as I said, are charging. I got those ones in the other guy's video, who that nice video, guy with the kid and the other, who plays violin, I think it was. You can see power, and we're charging the batteries. So that's exactly what you want. So if there's a problem, what happens is the charging light goes off. That's what happened before, and
Yeah, so your batteries just go flat. So at the moment, as soon as you turn it on, that starts charging. If you leave these amps for months and months without turning them on and charging them, apparently they go flat. So yeah, that means I've just got to do it up and ready for next jam. Okay, I think that's it. Okay, well, good luck. That's obviously saved me a lot of money. Took me half an hour with a few little bits and pieces, and I've shown you that bit for Omri. You know, it just fits, but you have to twist it round. But still going. So yeah, everything's great. All right, cheers, bye.